The Buddhism Hotline is a Buddhism-centered program hosted by a man named Jonathon Hills that airs live on YouTube every week. Viewers can call into the program using the number at the bottom of the screen to discuss Buddhism with the host. However, the callers do not call in to discuss Buddhism, but instead, they call in to say the most offensive and horrendous things they can think of to get under Jonathon's skin. One of their favorite words to use is... Anyway, they do this because Jonathon displays some very un-Buddhist-like behaviors. As you can see in these clips, Jonathon is a very angry man, contrary to the stereotypical calm behavior of Buddhist monks. At this point, any average Joe, Dick, John, Jenny, and Dakota watching this is likely thinking, he gets angry when immature racist kids call in and yell the N-word. What's the issue? Oh, trust me, this shit goes far deeper than some edgy 12-year-old saying the N-word. His anger goes much worse than yelling at his technical supervisors to hang up the call.
It was me that hired those kidnappers all that time ago so we can get rid of Jonathon Hills, because he is a corrupt host.
You two have been abusing me as long as I can remember.
Honestly, Rajiv, no one cares about you. Literally, no one cares about you, Rajiv. Everyone would be happy. You know, Rajiv, I think people would be happier if you weren't around anymore. You know that?
Hey, Charlie, you ready to go on vacation? You ready to go on vacation? I think it's time you go on vacation. Yeah, I think it's time you go on vacation. Yeah. Yeah, ever since I put you on this show, do you know what you've done? Nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. You're the reason this show is going in the wrong direction. And tonight you're gonna pay. You like that?
Because I don't like furries.
Jonathon? How could you? You're a fucking lunatic. Why does he do these awful things? Why is he so angry? Well, I think I have the answer. To understand where these horrible behaviors originate, we need to look no further than the program itself. In the program, he talks about a multitude of topics, and the main ones that are relevant to figuring this mystery are as follows. 1. Homosexuality is a sin. 2. He is a prophet and an award-winning author. 3. He supports Hillary Clinton and despises Donald Trump. And 4. Men are inferior to women. Wait, how can one possibly believe homosexuality to be a sin and turn around and support someone like Hillary Clinton, a huge liberal and supporter of the homosexual community? The answer is actually quite simple. Jonathon Hills is a homosexual.
Hello?
Oh!
Jonathan?
When you look at his bio on the Buddhism Hotline website, it states that he was born without parents and adopted at the age of 7, where he became a born-again Buddhist. It all makes sense. His adoptive parents taught him the ways of Buddhism, radical Buddhism. They taught him that homosexuality is a sin. He knew he had hidden feelings, sexual feelings toward men, but he didn't want to believe it, because he was taught that homosexuals are sinners and will go to hell. He's ashamed of himself. That's why he preaches about the superiority of women over men. His attractions had not only made him hate himself, it made him hate all men. When he lashes out against the 12-year-old callers, he's not angry because they said the N-word 27 times. The 12-year-olds only give him an outlet to unleash his rage against himself. When he sends his co-host on vacation, he's only unleashing wrath upon them because he wishes he had the courage to unleash that wrath upon himself. He may say he supports Hillary because she's a superior woman and she's anti-racism, but that's all just a guise. He supports her because when she lends her support to the homosexual community, deep down, he feels like she's lending support to him. to who he truly is. When he talks all egotistically, like bragging about his awards and bragging about his status as a prophet, he only talks that way in a cheap attempt to make himself feel better. It's his way of fighting his self-hatred. He is not a narcissist. He is ashamed of himself, and all of his horrible actions are just cheap attempts to combat his self-hatred.
Who I thought I could trust, who I thought wanted to teach Buddhism, turns out to be disgusting, turns out to be a sinner, turns out to be going to hell. A man just said he loved me. How am I supposed to respond to that? He said he loved me. He said he wanted to put his genitalia inside of my genitalia. He wanted to do that. He wanted to put his genitalia inside of my genitalia. That's messed up. That's not right. That is homosexual. And I don't like homosexuals.